my lovely crochet fans. Today we're going to be making the star stitch crochet skirt. Now I have already been working on the skirt. This is only like the front part of the skirt doing right here, and I'm gonna have to make 2 of these, so I'm gonna show you how I actually made that there. So I'm gonna show you with this yellow here, but for the actual colors I have been using this one, which is super thin. This one is this here. So this is this one, and it's kind of like a really dark grape color. And then I am also using the ZZ Twist here. See this? The ZZ Twist blue. So I'm using this one as well. And I'm also using a C hook, which is a 2.75 millimeter hook. Now I'm just gonna show you with this yellow, and I'm just going to chain a few here. Now when I did this one, when I started this one, I chained 135. Together to make the skirt. But to show you how I actually did my pattern, so I did a chain. So right here I'm just gonna chain like 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And now the way I did this was I yarned over and I went into my very first chain, if I can actually find it. Okay. And I pulled up just like I'm gonna do a half double crochet, but I only go through 2 loops, or like I'm gonna do a double crochet. I go through the 2 loops and I stop. I yarn over, but I don't go through the rest of them. And then I go through to the second chain. And again, like I'm gonna do a double crochet, I only go through 2, and then I stop, and I yarn over again, and then that's the 3rd chain I went through. I go through 2, and I have 4 on my hook, and then I go through the next chain, go through 2, and now I have 5 on my hook, and I do 1 last one, for a total of 6 on my hook. Now yarn over and I pull through all 6. Yarn over again, I chain 1, and now I'm gonna wrap around just like I'm doing double crochet. I'm gonna go through, and I'm going to bring you in. I am going to go through the chain that I just made up at the top. And just like I'm doing a double crochet, I'm only gonna go through 2. I'm gonna yarn over, and right here in between where these where I made my last my star here, my half of my star, right here in between these, I'm going right in there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing, go through 2 and stop. Then I'm gonna yarn over, and now I'm gonna go through this chain right here, which was the last chain I went through for my last, when I was making my star. Go through 2, and then I'm gonna go through 2 chains. So, wait a minute. Okay, let's see. So this is the first one I'm going through, and I'm gonna just go through 2, yarn over, and I'm gonna go through the second chain, yarn over, only go through 2, and you should have 6 loops on the hook, and you're gonna yarn over and go through all of them. Then you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna continue to keep repeating that all the way to the end. So through the top, go through 2, yarn over, go through the end loops here, and then through the chain that I went through, the last chain I went through, and then go through 2 chains. So 1, and 2. Yarn over and pull through all of them. And then again, yarn over, go through the chain I just made. Then I want to go through this loop here where we made the last star stitch, go through 2, and then I'm going to go through the last chain from when I made the last star, go through 2, and then go through 2 chains. So that's the first chain, go through 2, and then the second chain. Go. Then I go through 2, then I yarn over and I go through all 6, and I make a chain. And then we just continue to repeat. So through the top, then through this last loop here, then through the chain, and then through 2 chains here. So 1 and 2. And yarn over and go through all 6 and chain again. Okay, so now we've come to the last, we've done our last half a star. So now I just chain 1, I turn my work, and then through these little eyes, which are here on the end, see here's one on the end right here, the eye is what you did when you did the chain after making the half of the star. So right here is where I made my half star. So it's just 1, or I'm sorry, it's 2 single crochets into the eye. So 1 and 2, and then you can see right here's another eye. So 1 and 2. Then again right here, so 1 and 2. And then here, 1 and 2. and 2. And then when you get here and you're at that last star and there are no more, you just come down here, right over here on the corner, and you're gonna do just 1 single crochet. And then we're going to chain 1, and then it's just 1 single crochet all the way across. So 1, 2, okay, and that is my pattern right there. So in order to continue, you would just chain 3 and then continue on with the star. So there is the pattern right there. You just repeat that pattern until you have 8 rows of star stitches. Once you have your 8 rows of star stitches, then when we get back, we're going to sew together our skirt. In order to make this skirt, you will need to measure your waist, and you will divide that by 2. Once you have that number, you will chain until you get to that measurement, and you will make 2 pieces that way, and then those 2 pieces will be the 2 pieces that we will sew together. Now, just going to go ahead and make a slip knot. And then what you do is you can put the 2 pieces, line them up, and then once you have lined them up, you want to just evenly slip stitch them together, or you can single crochet if you prefer. If you want to, you know, single crochet over some of the tails that are left. I think I'll single crochet. So I'm just gonna evenly work. Let's see. I'll evenly work all the way across. And of course, you're gonna do this for the other side. And you want to try to make it as even as possible. Now that I am done with single crocheting them together or slip stitching them together, whichever you prefer. So this is what it looks like. On my last one, I am not going to cut it off here. So I went up the first way and then I came down, so I should be at the bottom part. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the right way out, and we're going to start the same pattern we were doing here. We're going to start it right here, and we're just going to go all the way around. We're just going to work in rounds now instead of rows. So you're just going to start by chaining 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm just gonna go in right here, just like I was doing when it was in rows. So we're just gonna keep going. And then I'm just gonna go right into here. Go. Then into here. And that is how we get our first one started. And then we'll just go ahead and keep continuing on. So now, once you're done getting your first row across, you're just gonna continue this. I realized that the top part of this, the part that I finished up here, is a little bit too big. So I wanted to show you what to do if it ends up being too big at the top and doesn't fit right. So I am going to start this way. I'm gonna start here, and I am just gonna simply do single crochets. I'm just gonna do some single crochets, and I think I'm gonna start right here in the very last loop. And I'm going to attach my yarn. I want to attach it right here. Oh, not that one. Okay. I'm going to attach my yarn right there. All right. Now, what we want to do to start this is we want to count our stitches and divide them by the number that we are going to decrease by. So I'm going to go ahead and just count all of these stitches. So that was 1. Okay, so I have 256 stitches, and I'm going to divide that by, let's say, 6. I'm decreased by 6. No, that's not gonna work. So 256 divided by 7. No, 256 divided by 8. 32. We'll do 8. So 32, and then I subtract 2. So 30. I'm going to do 30. So what we're going to do is I'm going to count out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count out 30 stitches. So that's 1. While crocheting over my stuff. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, this is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then I'm just gonna do 1 single crochet decrease. And then I'm just gonna repeat that all the way around so I can decrease the top and make it smaller. Then once I'm done, I'll try it on. And if it still is too big at the top, I'll do another row of decreasing, and I'll just continue to decrease with the color. So when I do the second one, if it's still too big and I have to decrease again, I'll switch to the dark purple, and I'll do another round of decrease until it fits properly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'm going to go ahead and continue the other end.